Okay, I want to say something on this prostitution issue. I watched the Peach video that Eminem was replying to. I watched Eminem's video. They both seem, have a similar predisposition to me, as far as I believe we start with the libertarian concept. Of course, consensual sex of any sort should be allowed. If somebody's trading, potatoes or money as well, that's not automatically something society should get involved in. But the issue is in the regulation. Industries that are legal need to be regulated when they are dangerous or have dangers. So, for example, in the sex industry, and we can use strippers, which exist. What about sexual harassment? You're supposed to be free from sexual harassment. I talk to some people and they're like, "Hey, strip clubs, strippers are protected from sexual harassment. The guys, the bouncers can't touch the women. Right? But they can they comment? Do they comment? What kind of environment is it? Are we really enforcing sexual harassment laws in strip clubs for the employees? Are we? Because I think a lot of people think, well, it's a strip club. How are you going to do that? Well, okay, maybe you can't. That might mean you can't have that kind of business because we're not giving up on the human rights so that we can allow some particular kind of exchange between humans. If there's a problem with that, so we can't just say, hey, we'll just have exceptions to human rights when we want to, when people want to have exceptions. No, it's like, I want to have an exception to human right. I want to sell my freedom so that I can be brought to a new country and work as a slave, but at least I'll be there and my kids will be free. We don't allow that. Okay, I'm sorry. You can't have this kind of economic arrangement. And, you can't have a situation where you're going to allow sexual harassment. So, hey, if you sort that out and you make the strip club as an employment environment no sexual harassment, which is part of removing this tendency of us patriarchal culture to put down and disvalue women that are being used in those roles and think of it that way. You know, then if you can make sure that it's a no sexual harassment at that workplace. I mean, I think you've gone some distance to ensuring that it's the more voluntary version that everybody that is pro the legalization of prostitution wants to advocate. Okay, so those are the kinds of problems. To me, it's just a practical problem. Yeah, it should be legal. The question is, how can it be regulated? And if there's certain areas that can't be regulated appropriately and follow the other laws of the land, then that industry has a problem. Okay, and we have to find a way. Now, assuming we can find a way, then yeah, you could have a lot better system. Okay, you could allow these kinds of things, assuming that's a goal that you want, to be able to allow these things, since it's other people's rights to decide, separate from the fact that I don't want it allowed so I can have access to it. I think it's, sex for money is crazy. But I don't think I should tell other people what to do. We just have to follow basic laws of the land and basic human rights. We can't have it be that that someone makes a voluntary decision to give up a human right. Okay, so that's the issue. Yeah. And the specific thing is, what about sexual harassment in brothels and whatnot? How do you police that? What crosses the line in a situation like that?